Navy veteran Donnie Lee Erwin, unfortunately, we believe, has become another statistic of the 22 per day that has taken his life. The family believes that he may have ended up in one of the local strip pits here in Camdonton, Missouri, or Lake of the Ozarks. How many locations in total?
Well, right now, what I have is 3.
Okay.
But I want you to look at some maps and stuff. We may change our mind. One of the places that we're going to be kind of looking at today is the one off of Tunnel Dam Road, and that's going to be right down here in this neck of the woods.
Okay.
So it's a tributary that leads into the Niangua Arm. So that's one of our places. The other 2 places will be a little bit farther down south.
Okay. And his home was down here. Is that the reason why we're down here, or the gas station in question?
Right. It is right down like this way.
Okay.
So yes. So the gas station, his home is here, the gas station's here, and then we'll be searching 2 different spots down here along with this Tunnel Dam Road. But we don't think that anything is in the lake because in the actual lake itself. Because it's just it would be hard to get in there, first of all, and second of all, there's so many people and so much going on that a car would be found. Since he's in his car, we know we're looking for something bigger, not just something small.
Right.
So we know that the car, it would not be feasible, and it doesn't happen very often. And he really talked more about being down here in the southern, south of town. And some quarries, kind of pond sort of thing, is what he had said. If you're ever going to commit suicide, that's what you should do, is go down to one of these areas where there's deeper water.
Okay.
It's amazing all the work you've done already.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm just glad to help out. I'm delighted you guys are here. I'm just so grateful. So looking forward to hoping.
And usually the sheriffs are too, so that way they could close the files.
This is Deputy Sheriff
Good morning,
Jimmy
sir.
Bashir.
I'm Jared.
Jared.
Nice to meet you.
I got Doug.
Doug.
Nice to meet
And
you.
then Carson, who we don't pay much attention to, and Josh.
Josh. Morning, Carson.
We appreciate you meeting up with us and
No problem.
bringing whatever information you have, so that way we can help you out, and let's see if we can solve this one today.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of bring us into the case and what you guys have and what you think, and the family has their top list of priorities, and if you guys happen to have anything on your list as well.
We had a couple calls up to his place where he was talking about suicide because he was in so much pain, and each time he was taken up to the VA hospital.
Okay. And these are just responses you guys made to his residence prior to him disappearing?
Yeah.
With a cell phone, he had 2 cell phones listed on here. Did you happen to have any cell phone pings?
No.
Okay. So we have Erwin left from a single wide residence located in Camden area. Erwin's wife checked the area around her residence. Diamondback, no results. At the time, he'd been missing approximately 1.5 to 2 hours. Was that normal for her to be concerned right off the bat? Or had he mentioned something to her that would cause her concern right off the bat?
That I don't know the answer to.
Okay. So on Sunday, December 29th, 2013, at roughly noon, officers responded for a missing persons report. Karen and his wife stated her husband had woke her up early that morning stating he was going to get smokes, stated he went back to sleep, or that she went back to sleep, and when she woke, he had not yet gotten home. She became worried and waited another hour or so. So it's normal for him to just go to get smokes and then come right home. She explained that she and Erwin had gotten into a heated argument, which we find that this tends to be the case more often than not, which then leads to, unfortunately, people doing things that they should not. She also explained that Erwin is disabled and only has 1 leg, so he is not that steady, and that he also suffers from depression. Erwin thinks that he may have checked himself into a facility for help, but he had not been at the location she had contacted. We have information on the vehicle is a silver Hyundai Elantra, Missouri license plate MK6E3P. No cell phones or other means of communication for tracking. How are you?
Oh, it's real. It's not a dream.
It's not a dream. We're here. We've been talking for so long. So,
It's such a blessing to meet you. You guys are amazing in what you do and how you help families and the missing. You're a godsend.
we're gonna do everything we can.
I know you are. Oh, I'm going to. I watch all of you guys.
And Jacob snuck in behind you as well.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
You're the newbie.
I'm Josh.
Nice to meet you.
And this is Carson behind the camera.
Hi, Carson.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Yvonne. This is my cousin, Becky. She has been by my side for 8 years searching for my brother. She's the only one of my relatives that have been right next to me, handing out flyers and pounding the pavement. And I knew that God would put you where you needed to be when you needed to be.
Yeah.
And that's what I have to live with.
Well, we were talking earlier today too. We have rain. The last time we had rain, we had incredible results. So let's.
He'll be found today. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, he's going to be found today.
We're gonna do everything we can for you. Look, we have 2 teams, 3 boats. And we're
You
gonna
guys are amazing. It was my brother, my other brother Rod, that mentioned when Donnie went missing, about 3 years ago, Donnie said that he knew where he would go, where no one would find him if he was tired of life.
Right.
Well, who wants to accept that? I talk to my brother every single day, every morning of every day of the year, 365 days a year. He would call me. I would come down and get him. I never seen that part of his depression. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I didn't want to accept that he might have committed suicide. I wanted to believe that foul play was involved.
As we go through the different phases as the years go on, it's the family never wants to, like you said, the family never wants to admit right out of the gate that this may be suicide, even when there's a suicide note left behind.
Right.
That say it must be somebody else. The sheriff is involved somehow. They have something. There's a cover up. We're in the Ozarks,
Absolutely.
Everybody's seen the
That all
show,
went through my mind.
Yeah.
Every bit of it.
But then even when we've been on cases to where even when we recover and we find and the facts are, even then sometimes the family does not want to accept that our family member did this on their own.
Me, my sister, and Donnie are the only blood in my siblings. There's 6 of us, so we were really close. I think that my acceptance was, how could he do this to me?
Right.
How could he have taken his life away from me? So it took me a long time to go, okay, maybe he really was so depressed that he wouldn't let me see it, because he lost a leg. He was getting ready to lose another leg. He was just like the guy you just found. It was like the amputee. It was like the same story.
Yeah.
He was so depressed. His life was not what he wanted to be. This was a man that made 3-digit figures. He worked for Mitsubishi. He was a brain. And then help took. And we went from big money to no money.
Right.
And he couldn't be the husband that he wanted to be. He couldn't be the provider. His wife wasn't who she was supposed to be because he couldn't, you know what I'm saying? So all those things kind of trickled in, and it was like, okay, maybe he was just at his end. And so then all these little things started coming up, remembering what he told the neighbor in the report, remembering what my brother said he said 3 years prior to him going missing. And then her stepdad, my Uncle Lonnie, about 3 months ago goes, oh my God, and he's old, so it's no big deal. But he was like, I remember Donnie talking about going to 2 strip pits between Camdonton and Lebanon. He used to like to go just sit there. Well, that opened up a whole big can of worms.
Yeah.
You know, when he first went missing, I asked Becky and several other people that live down here, if you wanted to disappear, where would you go? If somebody wanted to disappear, and everybody said, Tunnel Dam.
So it's a place that he's been known to go, secluded, mentioned a quarry or pit to an uncle. Is this the one that we call Tunnel Dam?
Yeah.
Okay. And is this our number one at the top of our list today?
For me, it is.
With
Well-
the equipment that we have right now, we have a bigger boat and we also have smaller boats. So whatever water you guys want searched or have
Awesome.
questions about, the possibilities of getting in there are great. So we'll do whatever we can.
And what branch of the service did he serve in?
He was Navy.
Okay.
He served in Vietnam.
You know, and so where this comes back also, and this touches a lot of people, you know, is that the unfortunate side of this is that he has become part of that 22 per day statistic. You know, and it means a lot to us when we can come into these and return him home to the families, because, you know, he served and did so much for our country to begin with, you know, and for his family. You know, families, you know, they need the answers as to where they're at. So we're gonna do everything we can.
That's his car and the license plate. I figured you guys could use that too.
Okay.
Because I know you guys go down and verify by the plate number before you do anything.
Yep.
So, and that's not his car, but that is exactly what his car looked like. But it had a sunroof, and it had a wooden cross hanging from the
Okay.
mirror.
And then I don't know if you're going to be with us all day today or if you're just here for this morning. But
Nope, I'm gonna be.
No, I'm talking to the sheriff.
What?
But, you know, once we identify, we treat it as a crime scene, we're completely hands off. We're now here to let you take lead on it, and we're here to offer our assistance in any way that you need us. If you have your own dive team, you know, they can recover the vehicle, great. If you need us, we're here to do that for you as well.
His mother-in-law has passed away. Everybody is gone, except for Jeremy.
Do we know what the conversation was? Why did they get into an argument? What was it about that may have been the cause to push Donnie over the edge that morning?
No, all I know is I got a phone call at noon. This was an ongoing fight. They fought constantly.
Okay.
It was not a happy situation.
So the going to the gas station, this was his everyday routine. Like they expected him at 10 o'clock, he would show up every day.
Yeah.
So then that brings us back to, you know, our witnesses, you know, from the uncle to the conversations he's had. That, you know, that's what brings us to the, you know, some of the maps and locations that Mindi has over here.
Okay, so the one that you know Yvonne's really sure about is Tunnel Dam Road, and so Tunnel Dam Road is like very primitive, and definitely the boat ramp is very primitive. So we're gonna get you there, but I just wanted you to see it from Google Earth.
So
Dirt road all the way down.
Yeah, so I can get down there and I can get turned around. So that's not a problem.
So here's where it is, and then sorry, it's upside down for me. Here's where it is on the map, if I'm correct. Yeah. So this is just a tighter angle, so you can see how, I mean, easily. And that's where the tracks that she saw were up this way.
Okay.
So like backed up and then went in. So that was the first one. That was Tunnel Dam. Very primitive. I mean, not much going on, and
Nobody around.
nobody
Nobody
around.
can see anything.
No, I mean, there's nothing out here. Nothing.
So then tell me about our other locations of interest today.
Okay.
And are they closer to his house? The quarries in question.
Well, the hog farm is.
The hog farm is.
So let's talk hog farm.
And what I'm looking at also is, you know, most of the time we find within a 5-mile radius.
Right. This is the one. Remember, I said I called an old timer, you know, who lived around here for forever, and his family's from here. And I talked about, you know, where would this? Do you have an idea? Because one thing Donnie had mentioned were the strip mines, right?
Strip pits.
Strip pits. Yeah, I'm learning a lot about mining and quarrying. But so this is Highway 5. This is what right past my house is on 5. We're just gonna head straight south.
Okay.
And then Livingston Road's right here. This is the hog farm. But he said that back here, that this used to be something where they would dig in. It looks
Active pig farm still?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then I'm looking at it is did he have any friends of this? Did he know what the actual working hours of the pig farm was?
Donnie didn't have any friends down here. His only friend down here was the guy that lived in Stover, which is 45 minutes away.
So tell me what I have gathered, and like I didn't know Donnie, but what I've gathered was he did a lot of driving, sitting, going, looking at places. That was his escape. So I don't know if this would, necessarily be a great place, but it's one that the old timer immediately said right away. He said that has been there for forever.
Okay.
A long time.
So right now, based upon what I'm just seeing, I would put this one at the very end of our list for the day.
We can do that. Yeah, that's no problem. So the
You
other one.
agree with that one?
Yeah.
The other one is this would be Highway 5 south. The pig farm's up here.
Okay.
My house is farther up. We're heading south. This is called Greenfield Road. Now this place is one that the DNR has had talked to me about. There is called a, oh my gosh, I can't remember the land reclamation group, and they're part of the DNR, and they deal strictly with mining, quarries, anything like that. And as we were, like I said, they spent hours with me going over maps and looking at stuff, but this was one that they were really interested in. It's on private property. I've already talked to them. It's a super easy turn off and drive in.
No gate.
No gate.
Public access.
And 30 feet deep.
Okay. Well, I think we have a good direction as to where to start today, and then we can, if we need to start piecing it together from there, then we can do so.
Sounds good.
All right, let's get to it. See, the thing that we have on this, though, look how shallow the water
that moss
right here. Yeah. So, I don't know how deep it's going to be. But over here, same thing. You're shallow there. You're shallow there. So I'm almost ruling this one out already, unless we have like a big hole or something there. But find out. We're only at a few inches here. This is what I was afraid of when we dropped into the water here. And I mentioned it. We can see all of the moss growing there. We can see the moss growing here. We're at 2 feet right here. You are not going to have a vehicle in here. Yeah, you're at 2 feet here. You don't have a vehicle in here. So you're at 5 feet out here, but no vehicle is getting through from where Doug is at. 30 feet out, where it's only 1.5 to 2 feet, and then out to this point. Impossible for it. Even if the water level is up, and even if there was a current, it's not coming this far out. But just to clear it, just to make sure, just to say we did our job on it. So you're at 7 feet out here. Like I said, this was the #1 spot that the family had concerns on. We've now cleared it, we've given them answers, and now we're gonna go focus on something else today.
Definitely deep enough to hide a car.
Yeah. every bank around here is a possible location going in.
Yeah. A lot of fishing here.
Really?
Mm-hmm. 2.2 miles an hour. "19 feet deep, 20 feet deep." You know me, I'm the skeptic in all these cases, you know. I always am gonna consider the impossible or the unlikely. He talked to his sister every day. Every day. His depression had nothing to do with her. His depression was more the personal issues he was dealing with his health. He lost a leg, getting ready to lose another. His marital issues. I just find it really hard to believe he's going to do that to himself and not leave his sister any notice or anything. That is very suspicious, according to the relationship his sister described, you know?
Sure.
That being said, the wife admitted to being drunk. They had a huge argument. She's the last person to see him. She callously gets rid of his belongings within just a few weeks of him disappearing.
So you think the wife is a suspect?
Well, she's deceased. She's not here to defend herself. I get that. But to me, if things don't add up, they don't add up. That's all I'm saying. From the relationship that his sister described that they had, they never went a day without speaking to one another. I don't see him leaving his sister without... If there's anybody he truly cared about, it was his sister. He's gonna kill himself. He's gonna let his sister know. We might have a car.
My brother called me the night before he went missing, on the 28th. He called me up. I was watching an MMA fight. God forbid I wasn't thinking about him at the time, which breaks my heart now, because he called me wanting to make sure that his phone was working. I said, well, it's working right now. And he's like, okay, well, I got a new one and I just wanted to make sure. And it went dead. And I never called him back.
And is this why there's 2 phones in the police report?
Yes.
2 cell phones. Okay, because he had the old one and he just got the new one.
And I never called him back, and the next day I got the phone call. I don't know if that's when he went missing. Was that his way of saying goodbye to me?
Right.
Hearing my voice for the last time, you know? So I kicked myself a lot about that.
So here's his house here, off of Ward Park. You come back to the old 5. So make it go Lester, old 5. And, I mean, it's a stone's throw from his house.
There's that big pond right there.
He has a great big pond right here.
There's a huge pond right there.
Yeah, it's huge. And you have a road all the way around, lots of access points. I mean, it's a possibility for us to go check for sure. Ooh, and then we have this other one here that I'm interested in. And this is just down 5 as well.
What's it on?
So it's going to be off of Spencer Creek Road. All right, well, that's, if they clear this, that's where we're going next.
That's it right there. That's it right there. Over there. What is that? 9 feet, 10 feet.
Could be an
off to the right.
upside down car.
Yeah, it could be. Look at that. Perfect size. About 10 feet long. Put a magnet over it. See our path right here.
Yeah.
Come back over it, see how deep it is.
That first pass.
There it is. Right there. It's like a foot tall. We're fine. Just, it's just a bunch of wood and trees and...
All right, well, let's get down to the road. I found a body of water that is on the old Highway 5. for the route that he takes to the gas station for his cigarettes is half a block behind the new Dollar General. Half a block off the route. So, let's head over there. Coming up at this plastic place, Donnie's house is just right behind this. Right at those trailers back there. The distance to the pond where we're going to right now is 2.5 miles, and it is the only pond to the north towards the gas station right now. And the pond is 2.5 miles. The only pond on his daily route, the route that he takes every single day to go get cigarettes and to go for his daily drive. And remember, they said that he would like to go for a drive. Look at it.
Oh yeah.
You have a ton
Right
of,
there.
You have a ton of road around this.
Oh, he's right there.
So
Straight ahead.
had we not taken into the family's gut feelings first, this would have been our very first pick today.
Right.
Hey, can you give me a call? We are working a missing persons case, and they're missing with their vehicle, and we suspect that they may be in your pond. We're a specialty underwater sonar search and recovery dive team that's in the area today, working with the local sheriff and seeing if we can gain access. I saw some private, that it is private property, and you have some no trespassing signs. So if you can give me a call, that would be amazing. Thank you, sir. So I'm going to keep breaking down local waterways right here and see what we have. I'm going to say let's head down to this other one that was just south of his house, to that pond, and see if we can gain access to that one. And while we're waiting for permission on that other one, if we come back to his house right here, is behind this building here. We're coming down, making the first left, and this is less than half a mile from his house. And the reason why I didn't choose this one first is because the route for him to always drive is to the north, so that's why I chose that one before this one. And this one I definitely feel is private property, but we've not yet put eyes on it. So, oh, I thought that I accidentally opened her door. So I knocked on the screen door, and then I'm like, well, what if she doesn't hear me? So then I opened the screen door and I knocked on the main door, and right as I was knocking, it slowly, like one of those things, like it wasn't really latching, it just kind of came open. I was like, I like froze. I'm like, and then she like looks and she peers through the door, like, I'm like, oh, you scared me. I'm like, and then I told her who we are, what we were doing, and look, the sheriff is right there as well. And she's like, okay, yes, I guess you have my permission. So she was really nice about it. At first glance, I feel like this is way too shallow.
There's no access.
Yeah. You have a fence all the way around this, a barbed wire fence coming into it from this direction. You have the island. You can see weeds here. That's way too shallow. And you have an old barbed wire fence that's been here for the last 20 or 30 years.
It just looks real shallow. You can tell how the cows walk down in it.
So that takes this one off our list. Okay, so coming back to the Ha Tonka State Park. Do we have a boat ramp? Because here's his house right here. The heart is his house. Right now, this one, we just ruled this one out. The other one up here, we still have interest, but in fact, it doesn't even show up on a water map. So we're waiting for information back from them. We may have to swing back by there later today. Heading back up to the gas station, there was nothing else in and out of the gas station that made sense. You had this one here, too shallow.
Yeah.
Behind the church.
And he never made it to the gas station.
He never made it to the gas station. So then that brings you is, what's the next route that he would end up taking, or what routes are available? So if we come to the house, we go directions. Let's look for boat ramp. Boat launch is all the same. And then that brings us to Tunnel Dam boat launch, which that's the one that we did on the other side.
Yep.
Then we have the Lin Creek boat launch. So this one would take him up through Camden, so I could see this one. So you go up, you don't make it to the gas station. Instead, you jump on the new 5 instead. You get off on 54, and he heads up here. But now that's on the other side, so he actually has to cross over.
There's another one on this side too.
Okay, so we have that one. I feel like that one's gonna be... I mean, so you have one house near there? Possibility.
Or is that a store?
That, right? No, there's cars in the driveway. Right there.
It's a house? That's
Yeah,
not a house.
that's a house.
Is it a house?
It's a double wide.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
See that ridge line?
Yeah.
And then... that one is way over there.
If you scroll over into the lake, you have another one.
That is the lake.
No. That's just one, this little tiny little, right there.
Which one?
No, that's not it. There's another one.
I don't feel like he's going that far. I think that this one, because remember, here's his house. We're looking for the closest. I'm going into the lake. So, again, we had the tunnel dam that we searched.
Yeah. Lin Creek is what I had.
Yeah.
That's Lin Creek? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I have.
12-minute drive from
12
his
minutes.
house.
Total miles is how far?
In 1,000 feet.
I mean, right now it's 6.9 miles.
Yeah, so that's
12 minutes.
And if he was heading towards and he decided to veer off. So I would say let's go to Lin Creek next, and then
maybe we'll hear back from this guy here.
We'll hear back from this one. We are 7, actually. You were not far off. And then it goes back up to 4 feet here. So we went from 6 to 7 down to 4. So that's gonna rule that part out, but then we'll go along like this little bank over here and just double check that. Yeah, that gets shallow here again. Yes, 4 to 5. All right, that clears this one. What is the next practical boat ramp that we should be going to? So we do want to focus on, we have his house here. All right, we have this one we've cleared as far as not getting into there. Still hoping that this other guy will call me back because that's on his route. And then, like I said, we ruled all of these out. So then where does that take us to the next logical? If he was in Camden, this boat ramp is only 2 miles, and that's within our 5-mile radius. So this one also brings us within a 5-mile radius if we have an access there. So it looks like we have a boat ramp there.
Yeah, and the other crew's there.
Okay, so this is where they're at right now.
Larry Gale. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then if we want to stay on this side of it, so they're working that side and we work this side, do we want to keep staying over here thinking about deep water? Like if he's going to do it, he's from the Ozarks, he's going to go in the deep water, or is he going to hit that pond closest to his house? Trying to put my,
I know.
ourselves
So
in.
right now we can't rely on the pond 'cause we can't get there. So we
Right.
have to act like that doesn't exist, and that's
You can
which
come-
brought us here.
I didn't want to walk in front of him.
Oh, come on down.
Oh,
Yes.
no, absolutely. So being as we can't get on the pond right now, we kind of have to ignore that for a second and then continue to utilize all the resources we can in the daylight that we can. So coming here was the most logical after that. Do we continue up to the state park and even do all of that?
I don't think that he would. I honestly, seriously don't believe he went that far. And I'm with you. I don't think he's gonna. The only other place that I'm concerned to search, other than the smaller areas, because obviously he spent a lot of time driving around his little area. what else is out there is the only thing we have to go by is Google Earth.
Right.
But is the hurricane deck bridge situation. Because like
The bridge we were talking about before.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that one, and I don't mean to cut you off, just while I'm looking at it real quick. So we have the PB2 boat launch. I say no to that one because of how populated that is with boats around. But you have the other one just around the corner that is quiet, remote, out of the way, with deep water.
I don't even know that one.
Yeah, and so if he spends a lot of time driving around and he knows the lake, you know, and so that's just a little bit to the north from here, up 54.
Oh, that's going way into Osage Beach.
No, too
PBA.
far.
I mean, we can try it, but
So the beach is on the other side. This still keeps you on this side
this
here.
is all Osage Beach.
Okay.
Even though it is, that's a town. So that's all.
It's a very busy town.
Okay. But in looking at this boat ramp, that one is quiet. Looks like everybody uses this one.
They do.
But that one's deep, out of the way, quiet, secluded.
If you want to check it, I'm all for it.
I mean, we're this close to it. What we don't want to do is zigzag and ping pong around.
Right.
If we feel confident, I mean, everything we do, we feel confident on. But if you're like 100% no, he's never going there, that we need to hit the bridge, and that's our next spot, I'm happy to do that for you. But if we're like, we have a possibility here, then let's knock this one out and then jump back over the bridge, because we're going to be heading back that direction, right? This way?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, we're going to head 5 north, right?
Head back, around back to my house that way, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, it's, you know, I didn't even know him, so I'm talking just, but my struggle is that I don't see him doing that.
Okay.
But then my struggle is maybe
Head
he'd do
northeast
that.
toward Cape Woods Road.
Because somebody wouldn't
Because we wouldn't think he'd
realize
be
what
there.
he would do.
Right.
I mean, because we would say, oh no, that's probably not where he'd be, so then we wouldn't go. But so that's why I'm playing in my mind, like maybe he did go there.
With this though, this is the only significant body of water in the entire region.
Yes.
The only significant body of water where you know there's no mistakes. You know you're getting in. If that's what you want to do, you know there's no in between. You know. Whereas though the ponds, I mean, you can hear theories all you want, but the ponds tend to be kind of shallow, hard to get in, take a lot more effort than coming on a boat ramp.
Right.
And a lot of what we've dealt with too as well is boat ramps. We've had quite a few that weren't boat ramps, but boat ramps are
quite a few that have.
so easy.
But also the pond closest to the house.
And I'm just thinking about
that
one that we found that we were waiting for permission.
Waiting for permission.
The second we get
come around
permission,
that curve, and I was like, oh, I could see somebody just.
Right off.
Yeah, the second we get permission, like that's the number one spot, but we can't wait on it.
Right.
you know?
No, I agree.
So this one to the north, it's going to be another 10 miles, 17 minutes. So I mean, I'm not comfortable with that. That's taking us much further away. This bridge location, let's head over there next.
Hurricane deck.
Hurricane deck.
All right.
All right.
We'll follow you.
Good.
Don't lose us. So you got this ramp for sure, and then the old bridge on the other side. But this ramp's been here forever.
Yeah, this makes sense.
All right. A few things I like about this one is that we have that boat ramp, just a straight shot. If you want to do 80 miles an hour into the water, you can do that at this public boat ramp. In addition to that, we have the old bridge. The year that he went missing was up there. They had 10 feet of it left, so we also have the bridge on the other side to search. Everything we do, I continue to say it, but we're hopeful with every location.
Never mind. Knock on wood.
"42 feet deep. Water 71 degrees. Let's go out some more. Really amazed though. I mean, since we've been here, the sheriff 7:30 this morning. Met us with every bit of the case notes that he had, and that is very helpful to have a sheriff who's on our side, willing to help us with anything we want. He's been tailing us and leading us to every location that we've had. It's good to have our resource backed by additional resources in the community. It's a good way to put it. Just hope we find Donnie today. We're gonna find him, Carson.
I know we are.
He's here somewhere. It's just the pond. We need access to that pond. Permission. Gentlemen, that's the most likely scenario in all of this. It's the closest body of water to his home. It was right behind the store that he picked up cigarettes at every day. So there's a significant reason for it, as well as sentimental. It makes sense. I really want to search that. I really don't want to leave town without finding Donnie and without searching that pond.
So we're at 34 feet right now. We have just a small target off to the left over here. This is almost like a safe or something that could have been tossed off. We're gonna circle back around and go check this out right here. Not a car in my opinion, but we want to just make sure that we roll it out.
Can you get dimensions off of something like that?
Yeah, once we get back over it, we'll be able to look at it on the down imaging, live scope. In fact, we're coming up on it right now. And so if you look at it, it's roughly 5 feet in length, 2 feet tall. We're right over it now, so now you're going to start seeing it pop up right here.
That little thing right there?
Yep. Huh. So definitely not what we're looking for.
Maybe like a bike? 5 feet by 2 feet?
I mean, I'm thinking more like a gun safe, possibly. Something, you know, somebody stops, throws something off the bridge, it floats for a few minutes, moves out just enough, and then sinks. Say again?
Want me to magnet it, pull it up real quick?
Oh no, we're looking for a car. Let's keep going for the car. Because it could be full of silt and the magnet's not going to pull it up. You'd actually have to dive on it.
So I thought I saw a car, but it is part of the old structure that is down there. And I'm confident in that because I can see a rhythm in the same area out here. So rhythms are also a good thing to watch when you're reading sonar. Rhythms and formations that repeat themselves, like rock formations. And usually you can see how they're repetitive. Old bridge structures. A lot of times old bridge structures, what's left of an older bridge, can come up looking like a car, but if you scan enough, you can see how they're perfectly spaced away from each other, and next to a bridge, they're very, very common. Tree limbs and stuff like that, you get an eye, like there's no mistaking. What is that over here? What I'm looking at. Trying to get over the top of it again. And those are some of the old parts of the old bridge there. It's concrete. You can see it. Oh. I think we have a car. I think we have a car. We're gonna scan this a little bit more and get it right back here. And if this is a car, it came off the old bridge while I was under construction, or right here off this cliff, right next to the bridge. I'm just spinning around, trying to get a better view of it so it comes up. Come on, Papa, Papa, Papa. There's two of them there together. not a car. It's concrete. Sure looked like it.
Let's come back over it. A couple of different directions.
Wow. That's a good shape. Look at the hood, or, hood shape.
Yeah, I follow you. And if they came off the bridge over here and it could float and it could, absolutely. So there it is on side scan, okay? So is it a vehicle that's set in? Possibly could be, it's 40 feet deep.
Tires are under.
Yep.
Like a Mini Coupe or something.
Well, I mean, or remember his car is a little bit smaller, so I mean that could potentially be his vehicle. So let's go ahead and grab the magnet.
Okay.
Let's have you,
me twice.
let's have you drop right on it. I'll go park you right over the top of it. Okay, we're coming up on it right now. Okay, go ahead and drop down.
At bottom.
No, yep, you're on bottom. Okay, we're coming up to it. We're almost to it. You're 5 feet away from it. Back you up some more to it. You're 3 feet away from it. You should be hitting it right about now. You should feel something. I don't think
Sand. Feeling sand still.
okay, you're bouncing right on it, so just go ahead and keep bouncing on that. Have you right over the top of it.
It's a little magnetic. Kinda. Not really.
Yeah, I mean, as we spin around it, it doesn't seem like it's long enough. Like it's right now at this angle, it's only about 3.5 feet wide. So now that we've gone around it with the live scope, yeah, it's definitely not. It's only 4 feet wide. So you can pull your magnet, that's not it.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm confident it's clear.
Me too. I was gonna see if you found something that I didn't.
Yvonne, the update is we have another location we can check off the list for us. No vehicles, no boats, old bridge pilings, that's about it, some trees. So, what's your thought on where we should go next?
I think the one behind Dollar General.
Focus on that one next?
The ability to just literally.
Well, it's such close proximity to where, his house was, really.
Yeah, it's only one block off of his normal daily route that he's been taking for the last 20 years.
And if you're like anybody else, you're out cruising around, relaxing, you drive down the back roads by your house, you know everything, you know the lay of the land.
Yeah. So, do we just want to send somebody over there to get permission rather than everybody just caravanning over?
Will you drive over there, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Thank you. Can you get permission from that?
So if we have one doing permission there, let's go over to the pig farm so that way we're just kind of divide, conquer permissions.
Just confirming, is this the Lake Tahoe 201?
Let's find Donnie, Josh.
Let's put this orange baby in the water.
Like all the emotions that I felt when he first went missing and we couldn't find him are still there.
Coming back.
It just floods back. It's like reliving 8 years ago all over again. I'll be all right.
13 feet, 14 feet. This is right where a car's going to be if it comes off that hill. It's not going to be any further out. 12 feet. A lot of stuff, but it's all woods, trees. it's not, nothing's consistent with what it would be a vehicle. We're getting into the range though, where it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Here.
So this is that road we showed earlier that comes straight down, makes a hard turn, but if you wanted to pick up speed and just take off that road, you could, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're gonna come down the hill and
Bouncing and coming down the hill, but you'd still make it in the water.
yeah, which is why, like, I would think somebody would have saw some disturbance in the side of the hill there, you know? 6 feet. Still 7 feet. 5 feet. It's not looking good for this location. There's lots of stuff in here going on, but it's not a car. Nothing in here is a car. Nothing at all. Nothing even remotely close to a car.
Small logs.
Yeah, rocks, just debris. Yep, there's the ledge again. We're not missing anything. One more vertical. And well, this was probably our most significant location to search today. We got here earlier, didn't have permission. The amazing sheriff was able to come back down here and get permission for us to get in here. Didn't pan out. There's nothing here. So the question is, where do we go from here?
Well, we were going to head over to Spencer and Highway 5. However, this is a property that supposedly has been drugged before. Supposedly the owner was going to give us permission before. However, we just got access denied.
And where's this at?
South of here on Highway 5.
This is the pig farm?
And Spencer. No, this is not the pig farm. This is another body of water because there's information that may take us from Camdonton or his home south into Lebanon.
And who did he denied the sheriff access?
Denied Mindi access. Mindi reached out. This is not the first time it's happened.
I know, but why? Like,
yeah. That was my last body of water for today. You know, really in talking to Yvonne and Becky and Mindi, you know, for them, it's really coming back to the drawing board as to now they know and they're thinking outside the box and we're looking at additional places because when we came in this today, they had 3 locations. We've covered 5 or 6 or 7 locations. We've got Jacob who is over and he's covered 5 or 6 or 7 locations with Zach, the other sheriff.
Ozark.
Yeah, up on Ozarks. I mean, he's really knocking them out over there.
It makes me feel, a little bit better about that lake because I keep feeling drawn back to that area. I guess maybe just because of how significant it is, symbolic. Maybe it's just so symbolic that I just can't get it out of my head.
Well, Annie and Donnie made the mention to Yvonne's brother, I believe is who it is, that said, nobody will ever find me. That's a deep body of water. You know, you have 130 feet deep at some sections of that lake.
And also, too, I guess maybe one thing could play a key in all of this. Why was his car up in Lebanon? Maybe that last ping that cheap GPS did do, he was up there scouting out a place.
But it's to the south.
I know. It then it opens up like the whole state thing. I get it. But if I had to recommend to them, I'd probably look in that area. Don't necessarily write that off, but we can write it off that's why his GPS never updated after that. That's easy. It's common sense. That what we said this morning was logical. But why was he up there? Why was he down there in Lebanon? Maybe there's something down there.
It was a route that he drove as well. But then if he's down in Lebanon, then that takes me back up north to some of those other boat ramps that I wanted to check out as well.
The disappearance of Donnie is going to remain a mystery. For now, at least.
So it's definitely been a long day. We did our best making use of the the light that we had, and really appreciative for Jacob from Chaos Divers for meeting up with us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
He was able to help us really cover twice as much as what we even planned today. So it's almost like you got 2 days for the price of one, which
very much so is a blessing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
With this one, we wish that we could have, but we're not done either.
I know.
Are you okay? Come on.
I know it's not over.
Now that you've, really we came into this and you're like, Jared, we have 3 locations. We're very hopeful and grateful that you can, if you have time, is the impression I got this morning. We knocked out not just those 3, but we knocked out 5, 6, 7 locations, as well as another 5, 6, 7 locations from Jacob.
Definitely with everything we did, everything you did, if you compile that, it gives us a better starting point next time. Because now we know exactly where he's not,
Right, and in that time frame, Mindi, I hope, and I will continue to research other places that are possibilities.
Do we need to move down further south towards Lebanon? Are there other strip pits that we might need to get permission access to? So let's focus on those and knock out the permissions that we're going to need. Let's break down all Lake of the Ozarks. I mean, we're talking about, Donnie had made the statement of, if I go missing, you're never going to find me, which then takes me to a lake deep water.
Right.
And so, the quarries are not always deep when somebody thinks that they are, unless they have firsthand knowledge of it. And we want to remind everybody as well, is it's the unfortunate side of this is it's not just a family member, it's a statistic of, the unfortunate side of another veteran that is part of that 22 per day. And so it really touches a lot of people, across the U.S. because they've had a lost loved one, that ended up in this situation. But like I said, we're not going to stop. So
thank you for that, because I really felt like, okay, they're going to come this once, and we'll
it's going to be done.
We're going to be done.
I mean, I had so many people say exactly that. I know this is the time, that God set you guys here at this particular time for this reason, and maybe He did, but that doesn't mean it's over.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you making that very clear to us. I think that was really awesome to know that you're genuinely, you're here for the long haul.
Like Jared said, I'm only 4.5 hours away, and if I can make a trip going around and getting different things, I can be back and
so we need
try
to probably swap info.
Yes, ma'am. We'll get all that.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, AWP is nothing more than a movement that gets the ball rolling. We don't come in, we don't stake claim, and we're not cowboys in this. We say, if Jacob can make it back here, if other people watching this can, reach out to you and be a part of this and be like, I have sonar, I want to help out. We invite you to do so. And do you have an email or contact information we can put down below?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll make sure that Yvonne has her contact information down below. And if you can reach out and help find Donnie before we make it back in January, please do, because the sooner we can get Yvonne and her family answers, the better. Jacob did his entire search today as well, so please check out Jacob's channel. He has a YouTube channel called Chaos Divers. His link is also down in the description down below. This really is, everybody coming together, an entire movement to help families like yours. So
thank you.
You're welcome.
All of you.
Absolutely.
Every one of you.
Yep. On that, we really appreciate you being here. Please do not forget to subscribe, not just to us, but also to Jacob and anybody else that you ever see participating. We've got links for Doug, Carson, Josh, everybody's been involved. We appreciate you putting us in this position to help others. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.